Now let's take a look at creating a general purpose public folder tree. Now the first thing I want to do is let's go into the Exchange System Manager. That's how the video opened up. And let's expand our administrative groups. And in the administrative group, you're going to notice we have some servers, and there's my server. And you'll notice there is a storage group here, and if we expand that, you'll notice there's a public folder store and a mailbox store. Now also on the server, if you'll look at the bottom, there is a folders container, and inside there are the public folders. Now these public folders right here and anything in this tree constitutes our MAPI default public folder tree. Now this is the one that our MAPI clients like Outlook can connect to and see very easily. So what we're going to do here is create one of these other possible multiple general purpose public folder trees that we can create. Now there's two steps to this. We're going to first create the tree, and then we're going to associate a public store to tell it where to hold the data for this tree. So the first step is we need to add a new public folder tree. So if we right click folders and say new, notice we get a choice for a new public folder tree. So we'll click that, and here it's just going to ask us for the name of this tree. And to make it easy to keep up with, I'll call it Mark's General Purpose Public Folder Tree. And notice there's the details. I can leave myself a little note about what I was thinking when I did this. Then I apply it, and notice it's a general purpose, and I say OK, and here's my general purpose public folder tree. Now notice at this point I've got a new public folder tree, but I can't store any data in it because I really haven't told it where to put any data here. So what I need to do is go up here and create a public folder store. Now I talked about this in other sections of the video, of course. Inside a single storage group, I can have multiple stores. Right now I have a public folder store, and if I right click on it and go to properties, you can see that it is storing data for my first administrative group public folders. And if you remember, if I go back down here, I hope I don't lose you here, that is for my MAPI clients. That's my default MAPI. So what I need to do is create a public folder store and associate it with this public folder tree. So what I will do is right click on the first storage group, say I want to create a new public store, and it's going to ask me, what do you want to call the name of this store? And I'll just call it Mark's Public Folder Store. Notice it's asking me now, what public folder tree do you want to associate? I click Browse, and it sees that there is a general purpose public folder tree out there. Now all of my other trees that need a store associated would be listed here. I only have one. Now notice there are some things I can do with my store at this point. I can tell it, for example, where to locate it on my server, the name of the file, or I can browse out and find the place. I can tell it when to run the maintenance. Notice it's defaulting to 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. I can set replication limits. Don't forget the limits. The big one here is the maximum item size someone can store here is 10,240 kilobytes, which in English is 10 megabytes. And so we can set all of our deletion and age limits and so forth. A lot of things we can set here, policies and so forth. But for now, I'm just going to OK. Notice I created a new store, and now it's asking me, do you want to mount it? Well, yes, I do. But it's going to take it a couple of seconds here to mount the public folder store. And so what I've done at this point, I've created a general purpose public folder tree. Then I've created a store, associated that store with the tree, or I've told that store, you hold the data for anything anybody puts in this tree. And now it's going to take it just a couple of seconds. And there we go. Our store was successfully mounted. And so now you notice there's now a Mark's Public Folder Store. Now how do I know what public folder tree is being stored here? Well, if I right click the store, go to properties, ta-da, you'll notice, ta-da is a technical Tennessee term there. In the first administrative group, the public folder tree, Mark's General Purpose Public Folder Tree, is associated with this particular storage group. Now if I go down here to Mark's General Purpose Folders and go to Properties, again it's showing me down here that I'm associated with the first storage group and in the public folder store there. So that's how to create a general purpose public folder tree, associate it to a store. Now I'm ready for users to begin to place data there and access that data.